All right, the U.S. and Canada trade talks resuming today. Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau is vowing that he will not compromise on key issues that he thinks are important to Canada. To Swann Street Strategies partner Erin McPike, I guess just the fact that they're talking again, Erin, was good enough for the markets to reverse earlier steep losses. It has not applied to technology. That's a separate issue. But what do you make of the prospect of Canada eventually, maybe grudgingly, going along with a deal and how that could move?
Well, I think Trudeau is probably going to get a little bit of what he wants. He's been more willing to strong-arm President Trump, but I think President Trump needs Canada to get back in this deal, too. And that's because you're seeing retailers and car manufacturers and manufacturers broadly saying they want Canada back in this deal, and also Republican senators saying they want Canada back in this deal. I think it's a loss for President Trump if he doesn't get Canada back in the deal.
And then there's the issue, what would Congress do if it's a deal just with Mexico, right? Because that would be ripping up the old NAFTA deal to get a deal that is missing 1/3 of the old participants, right?
Right. And Pennsylvania Senator Pat Toomey, who is a conservative Republican, has been making this point. And Lamar Alexander as well of Tennessee, they are saying, look, the president really has to get Canada in this deal or it's going to create a lot of problems for Congress, which obviously 2 months out from the midterms, they have to think about a lot.
All right. So if you're the president and you've already given a warning to Congress, don't start second guessing me on this. Certainly he's saying don't reject me on this. Mm-hmm. It could put Republicans in an odd position, right?
They already are in an odd position, but you're seeing a lot of Republicans and industry groups banding together on this. And that's why I see, Trump obviously wants this. This is something that he believes. This is his thing, and he's going to try to go to the mat on this. And I see that, but I think that just brings Trump and Trudeau to the table. And maybe they can hammer something out. They're both big boys. But again, Trudeau has just been willing to challenge Trump left and right. And at some point, I think they're going to realize for both of them, it's good to get everybody back at the table.
The president had sort of let it known out there in this interview with Bloomberg that was supposed to be off the record, and of course the whole world heard about it, right. That he wasn't going to budge. He wasn't going to move an inch. He wasn't going to make any concessions. That got back to the Canadians, who were apoplectic and supremely peed off. So assuming cooler heads prevail, what would we offer in exchange now to get the Canadians back, or are we still kind of coming at that approach of Canada? You need this a lot more than we need you signing on to this.
Yeah, Neil, I don't know the answer to that question. I think that's hard to say. But look, Trump, how often has stuck to his word? He obviously likes to lay down a marker and then he'll move it, and that's how he negotiates. So I think we might see him cave a little bit on that.
Real quick take, I know I'm switching around like a crazy drunk here, but on the Kavanaugh hearings going on, everyone seems, despite the protests and well-coordinated protesters, one gets thrown out, then a few minutes later another one stands up and intervenes. Democrats are trying, I guess, to run out the clock or delay certain things. That looks, I guess, unlikely. So do you see, as some of my prior guests have been telling me, that his nomination out of committee is a given by Friday, Saturday at the latest, and that given Republicans' 51-49 edge, and now John Kyle in there for John McCain, the chances improve all the more that he will be our next Supreme Court justice?
A number of Democrats that I talk to, and even those working on the issue, say they are fairly certain that Kavanaugh becomes a justice. What they're doing now is showing the base that they have to put up a fight, because now is the time that there is a fight to be had. And the base sees that there was not much of a fight put up over the Gorsuch nomination, and so they had to overcorrect for that in this particular case.
So it does make a difference, because the real issue was Senator McCain was so sick he would never have been able to come to Washington to vote on this anyway. John Kyle would. In fact, he served as the judge's Sherp, if you will, sending him around the hill. So that is nominally but significantly improved the odds for his confirmation, has it not?
It has, but I think what we keep hearing is that Democrats and Republicans alike expect this to be a party line vote, and he just goes through by one.
Really? So all Republicans would vote for the judge?
Don't you think so?
I have
at this
no
point,
idea. You're the expert. I just read a prompter. But I mean, I'll defer to you.
I think all Republicans do vote for him. The question is whether or not you get a couple of Democrats to vote along with Republicans, and
well, they would only do that. They would only do that after the fact, when it looks like all Republicans will vote, right?
Well, I think the question is Heidi Heitkamp and what her race is looking like.
Yeah.
And Donnelly as well. Those are the two I think to watch. Maybe Manchin, but those three.
Interesting. All right. Always good chatting. Thank you very much, Erin.